What is up, guys? I am Warpath, and today I'm back again with more Oxygen Not Included. Now, there has been an update recently to this game. It is called the Thermal Upgrade Patch, and it's pretty cool so far. I've played a little bit just to kind of experiment and see what I can get done. And I'll tell you what, I've not learned a lot about it yet. It's kind of ridiculous. This game definitely takes a lot of experimentation, and each patch actually takes a fair amount of time to really dive into and get to know. But that being said, it is the reason that we are not able to continue on with our last playthrough. So basically, when they upgraded it, all of the new all of the old saves basically were unusable. So everything that we had done before is gone, unfortunately, but that is okay. We will be moving on now to the new upgraded patch, and I am excited to see it. So let's see what we've got here. Diver's Lungs, -5 decor expectation in a vomiter. This is awesome. Gastrophobia, can't cook. Okay, that's not great, but she's got strength, medicine, and tinkering, so she's going to be good at quite a bit there. She has a very low decor expectation, but she is destructive, which does suck. She's a slow learner. That's fine. We've got, oh, actually, no, we don't. I mean, it's still fine. We just won't have her do any of that stuff. Uncultured, obviously great. Iron Gut, not bad. I mean, it's not the best thing ever. Narcoleptic, though, sucks. I don't like this guy. Irritable bowel, no. That's not great. Nope. Nope. Iron Gut, -5. Scaredy Cat Vomiter, it's not terrible. I want something a little better, though. Ideally, I'm looking for Diver's Lungs with low decor expectation that vomits. Hell no, that's a terrible one. Uncultured Grace Monkey, Quick Learner, Cultured Amphibious, Iron Gut, Diver's Lungs. It's destructive, though. Let's keep looking. Let's look until we've got one that we really want here, because these are pretty much going to be the guys that we stick with the whole time. Come on, give me those Diver's Lungs. Where are they at? Come on. The reason why Diver's Lungs are so important is because if you read it, they don't consume as much oxygen. And I mean, this game is literally based around oxygen, so... Oh no, we just passed it! Oh, there we go. That's not good, still. Oh my gosh. Alright, I'll tell you what. I'm going to find the perfect setup, guys. Then I'll bring you back, because apparently this is going to take a while. BRBs. And we're back, guys. So I did find a fairly good setup here. I'm going to keep her the same, and he's got Diver's Lungs. Yokel, not the greatest, but we don't really have too much research going on, but it's okay. And then there's the rest of the stuff. I am actually going to leave this name like this because I think it's hilarious. The Intergalactic Trainwreck. Yeah, no, that's pretty accurate if we're being honest. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Holy water! Good lord, that's so much water. Well, this is a great start. Although I have a feeling this looks like more water than is actually there. All right. So we'll go ahead and start digging. That's the first thing we need to do. I'll go ahead and dig out to here, I guess, and then we'll dig this out as well. We're gonna have to be careful. We're gonna have to drain this perfectly. And then this. I mean, we're gonna have to go out to here anyway, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. And then we'll go ahead and tile all of that up as well. It's really important that we don't break into this because we will have a mess. And I think we actually want this stuff to grow if we can manage it. That would be awesome. So we're gonna try and keep this. We're gonna try and keep the pressure in here about where it's at, because it'll stay the same as long as I don't release all of it, which is nice. So yeah. I don't know if we can see it. Yes, if you look, so with this thermal upgrade, they have added this new ice biome. Now, basically, there's snow, there's ice, there's polluted snow, polluted ice, all that stuff, as well as some new minerals and everything else, all in there. So basically, what that means for us is that it's a new way to create water. Is what I'm getting from this, because you can melt all of this stuff into water and contaminated water and the like. So it definitely adds a new depth to the game that previously was not there. However, I'm not quite able to figure out how you do that yet. From what I've seen, I think we're probably gonna have to get rid of this because we're gonna need to build down. Yeah. Anyways, so from what I've seen, this right here, you can move it into a warm area and put it within a container, and it will melt. But it takes quite a bit of time. It takes quite a while. So I'm not sure if that's the most efficient way to do it or not. I guess we'll just kind of have to experiment with it and find out. Are we not going on triple speed here? Let's do this. Alright, and next thing also, I want to get an outhouse going. We'll just put it here for now, just so that I have some place to go to the bathroom and I'm not cleaning up a mess constantly. That would be the worst thing ever. We'll go ahead and dig that. Yeah, we'll go ahead and dig this too. Then we'll get some tiles going right there, just so we don't build into that, because we need to keep that where it's at for now. Alright, so we'll build a couple more tiles here. Just for nowsies. And then actually we can deconstruct this one. And we're going to build... I meant this one. That is my bad, guys. My bad. So we'll put one there, and then we'll actually come down into this area. Oh my gosh. Stop building that. Don't do that. Thank you. And then we're going to need to get a power situation set up, and beds are the first thing. So unfortunately, getting started again means that we're going to be kind of back to the beginning, which is a little bit annoying, I know, but it's okay. It's always fun. This is part of the fun of the game, you know. All right, so we'll get this stuff going here, and then I do want to build. We'll go ahead and build some tiling. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. So this would be the fourth one down. I think that should pretty much allow for everything. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll just get it all the way across to here, and then. I mean, do I want that there? Not really. We'll go ahead and cancel this for now. But yeah, that is the first day. That's our first report. Let's go ahead and take a look here. So obviously we've lost food and we lost oxygen. That makes sense, just because of what we've been doing. And we're not generating anything, so it is what it is. Next thing in order, once we get this stuff kind of going, we need to get some power and some food online. Those are going to be the most important things that we do. And of course, I want to drain this water down into here so we can kind of consolidate that and just make a water reservoir right here. And I think that should be pretty good, I think. Then we can use all the space up here for building and stuff like that. Kind of keep our water situation down here. We are surrounded by tons and tons of ice and everything else, which I'm not sure is good or bad. We'll find out. I'm still trying to figure out a way to kind of have it so that your water melts in like containers or something, and then like slowly like drains into your water supply. I'm not really sure. I've kind of not yeah, I'm not sure what's gonna happen with that yet. We'll do some experimenting, and I think it'll be good. Let's go to... Why didn't you build right there? Dig this up. There we go. Come on. Come on. There we go. Alright, we got that taken care of. Now we are going to get the power situation going. Oh, check out, there's a new thing. They've added a space heater too. And you can use it right away. It's like one of the first things on there. But it's to keep you warm when... Hold on, let's slow this down so we're not wasting time here. But it's to keep you warm, like from this stuff over here. This all is like super, super cold. Even though it doesn't show it right now, it's because that's a vacuum. So all of this stuff around us is like super duper cold, and we have to keep ourselves warm while we are basically surviving. So it's kind of like an added level of depth. I don't know that the game inherently needed an added level of depth, but it's there, so that's fine. We'll get... I always do 3 batteries, just because I find that I sometimes run out with 2. And I'm not a big fan of that. So we'll leave a space and then add a microbe musher. Because the reason why is because I want to get decor going as soon as possible. And the other thing is we're gonna need to start researching, and I'm actually gonna build 2 of these because I found that you basically have to sustain your colony at around 3 people with a certain amount of things for a good period of time. Oh yeah, they can't breathe down here, can they? Yeah, that's pretty rough. Okay. I mean, you guys can get up there, like, you can walk over there, it's fine. So let's go ahead and get all this wired up. And that should be good to go. So basically, right now we've got our food, we've got our power, we've got this stuff. The next thing we need is oxygen. And basically I found the easiest way. I believe you can do like an algae deoxidizer and then like several algae terrariums, and it's a little bit more efficient on algae. But honestly, I'm not going to worry about it too much. I think what we've got is just fine with 2 of them here. And this should provide us with all the oxygen that we're going to need. Now this place down here is going to be a friggin' nightmare as far as decor goes. So that is a problem that we're definitely going to have to take a look at, especially moving on in the future. But, oh shoot, they don't have water, that's right. Yeah, okay. So we do have to open this up to them basically right away. So we'll just literally build a ladder straight down. We'll dig this out here and then build a ladder straight down. Unfortunately, that's going to open up all this oxygen stuff, which is going to dilute all of it, but we're going to have some deoxidizers going, and I think it should be just fine. We'll find out though. So let's get this sped up here a little bit, and we'll kind of go from there. We do have these research stations going. Basically, my goal, what I want to do is I want to get all the research done as fast as possible. So I'm literally going to be running 2 research stations at once, and it may be something where I go ahead and once I get the colony in a sustainable spot with you guys, I will just go ahead and allow it to run and keep it updated until we get to the point where all the research is done. Because, I mean, there's really nothing to do until that point happens. And I think it's the best way to go about it because if you don't research everything right away at the beginning, things start to get exponentially harder later on in the game, and it becomes an absolute nightmare to not have your research done and need it done for something. So I think it's just best to do it that way if you can. Also, what I'm going to do actually, I'm not going to worry about it right now because it would require a lot of like just a lot of stuff here. By the way, I'm not going to create any food until we run out of our field rations, because all of that stuff will expire eventually, so it's best just to use it up first. Although field rations may or may not, I can't remember precisely. And what we'll do now, we'll actually go ahead and start to build another level down, and eventually we will actually put our bathrooms down here, at least for the time being. We'll go a couple more here. And then if we build, just build straight across like this. Didn't mean to do all of that. Oops, that's the wrong button. There we go, got that. Then we'll dig out all of this here. We're gonna use most of this as storage, I do believe, and we're really gonna have to deal with the decor situation right here. But for right now, it should be okay. The problem that I'm foreseeing is that we're gonna run out of resources, which always seems to be the case. Let's take a look at our organic. We basically have no algae. We basically have none. Okay. Well, obviously that's an issue. Quite a large one, in fact. So I'm actually gonna have to prioritize coming over here and getting this dug out, because getting this dug out is going to allow us to do a lot of things. One of the big ones being, okay, we definitely don't want to duplicate. By the way, guys, I don't know if I said it earlier, but if you stay at 3 people, you can sustain your base like this almost forever. I mean, it's not great. You will run out of stuff eventually, but I got to about cycle 200, and I still had plenty of resources. Now, I did start in a resource-rich area, so that helped out a lot, but I could pretty much keep it going. Things started to go really bad when I spent a lot of time trying to turn contaminated water into steam and then filter it over into basically what would be fresh water. I spent a lot of time on a playthrough doing that, and it did not work out. So fortunately, that's just the way it turned out. Alright, so let's take a look at our report again for the night. And we are losing oxygen rapidly. Okay, wow. What was that? Wow. It was just like, that was weird. Okay, so we did gain oxygen yesterday, and we did lose calories, which I'm expecting to do. We have quite a bit of food still going on, and I'm going to leave it like that as long as possible. Okay, this is unreachable. I don't think that'll help, actually. What if we just put like a tile right there? Will that work? Unreachable tile here. Problem is, this is gonna catch it, but I mean, we can get rid of that. It'll be fine. That's unreachable. What? Is it because of this? I bet you it is. Yep, it was because of that. Alright, that makes sense. So we can deconstruct this then. Deconstruct that. So this way they can just climb on up. It'll filter down into here. This will be a little bit of an issue, but we can dig that out as time goes on. Yeah. That's gonna get everything filtered down into here. That way we can get all this algae. So the problem is that we are, like I said, going to run out of algae very quickly. And I'm actually going to deconstruct one of these and build one down here, actually. Just because it's not doing much over there, so it's kind of no point. Alright, so that is good. We've got that taken care of now. What, are you stuck or something? What's going on? Alright, once this all drains out, we can come up here and start grabbing all this stuff. All this hot stuff. Alright, and let's go up here. Because there's algae here. Basically, we just need to get a bunch of resources so that we can kind of sustain for a while. Organic is really what we need. Algae. We've got a little bit of fertilizer, which I don't actually know if there's use for yet, but that's okay. Let's take a look at oxygen real fast. It's doing pretty good. So basically, all this good oxygen is going to rise up, as it always does. What is all this stuff? So what that means for us is that pretty much we're always going to have good oxygen up here, and there should be enough for up here as well. Okay, they're idle, so we need to let's slow this down. We don't want to be wasting too much time because it's really not good to do that. We'll go ahead and dig all of this out right here. This is pretty close to done draining. And I want to actually dig this out too, because I want this stuff to all flow down into here. It's always just easier if we have it in one solid thing here. They're all tired, time for sleep. Let's take a look at our report. We'll see how we're doing. We did lose a little bit of oxygen. We did have it turned off for a little bit though, and I have a feeling that we did run out of algae for a little while there. But yeah. Anyway, guys, that I think is all the time that we have for today's episode. Yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying this new patch. I think it's really cool. There's a lot of potential here. With all the new stuff that we can do. I'm kind of sad because I do believe they made some ninja changes to some of the stuff that was going on. Like, for instance, and it may be something that they had just intended to begin with, but it does kind of... It changes the game a lot. Let's just put it that way. I think we'll kind of have to forget what we used to be able to do and kind of go forward from there into what we can do now. That's a good way to look at it from here on out. But anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy this. If you did, remember to hit that like button. And subscribe for more if you enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.